Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about fencing, and in particular we're going to talk about fencing for goats. Now goats will tear through chicken wire, that's not even an option. So what I did early on was I used livestock wire. You say, hey, livestock wire, that should work. But let me show you how easily the goats got through that. Here's one of the culprits, Jessi, and she's a head butter. And you see that when the goat's in here in isolation and the other goats are out there, they're going to be pushing on this really hard. And you know, I stapled this in really good, but check this out. I mean, they're just pulling it apart. If you look over here, it's really bad. Look at this. This is her pressing from the inside out. I mean, this is totally useless. So what I'm going to do is rip this out and use a much heavier panel that's designed for horses. This material is about 1/4 inch thick, it's galvanized steel, and you've also got really nice welds. This is for horses with a 2 by 4 inch mesh, and this will do the trick for goats. Anything bigger, if the squares are bigger, I guarantee you goats are going to get their head, with or without horns, they're going to get their head stuck in it. To cut this really thick steel, I have to use an angle grinder, and you want to make sure you have eye protection, hearing protection, and get all the animals and all the kids and anybody away, because there's going to be sparks flying. What's that? You thought this was done? Oh no. What I'm going to use is this strapping. It comes in big long rolls. Electricians and plumbers use it. And you cut yourself off a piece, put a bend in it, bring it up and around here, catch it, and then overlap it. Put a screw through there. And little details are kind of important. So you might notice that I've got this overlapping facing down so that the little baby goats can't hurt themselves. If it was sticking up, they could cut themselves. There. This is like a prison cell for goats. So here we have the completed little isolation ward for the goats. Like, for example, when I'm milking, I'm going to have the mom in there with the stanchion. And good fencing makes goats good pets. Let me show you one more thing before we go. Goats will girdle trees. That means they'll eat the bark right down and kill the tree. So I usually wrap the trees in the goat pasture with chicken wire up to about 5 or 6 feet, and that helps protect the trees from all that goat damage. The only goats I've had problems with trying to escape from the pasture are the billy goats. And what you can see I've done here is, next to the regular livestock fencing, I've got plastic insulators on the T-post with electric fence wire. So there we have it, another homesteading project. You're always going to be mending fences if you have a farm or a homestead. I don't think we actually permanently install fencing. We just install it for the time being until we have to fix it the next time.